Good morning to everyone out there following us here from Kwandwe Game Reserve in the heart of the Eastern Cape. It's a privilege for me to welcome all of you to the signature wildlife annual auction. I think it's a fantastic day. The rain came down last night. Everyone is very happy. Everyone is very excited. Most of the buyers came in yesterday on 2 planes. We had a great function last night. Everything looks ready. If you look at the animals, they are beautiful. We had the privilege to go out, go through the camps, look at a few of the buffaloes. We saw even some lions yesterday, so a fantastic day yesterday. I think everyone is very excited. We've got the right genetics here today, we've got the right buyers. I think Wildswinkel and Signature did a great job setting up the tents, and everyone is really looking forward to this auction. So for now we're going to have a quick look at this beautiful game reserve, and then we'll be back with some of the sellers and with Lear, the CEO of Wildswinkel. Lear, before we get to today's auction, tell us about Wildswinkel's year so far.
Yes, Vic, thanks. It's nice to be back in studio again, if we can call it that. Firstly, I think we've kicked off well. We've had 7 auctions for the year to date, with an estimated turnover of just over 300 million rand. So I think the game industry is alive and well. It kicked off well. We had good rains. Hopefully the politics of our country won't have too much of an effect on the prices today. But I think the industry has shown strength in difficult times, difficult economic times, and we're standing strong.
We're back here for the second signature wildlife auction. Wildswinkel, second time involved here as well. Down here in the Eastern Cape. Are you excited about today?
Firstly, it's a privilege to be in the Eastern Cape. It's such a vibrant, lovely province of our country, and it's wonderful to be back. It's wonderful to actually deal with the Signature Wildlife Group. The members of the group are wonderful. They are vibrant, and quality always sells, and Signature is always associated with quality. So we are certainly looking forward to the auction today. I think the buyers are coming in. It's looking very positive. Hopefully we'll register over 200 buyers here today and have a good sale.
You've touched on the members of this group. Tell us a bit more about each of the members, please.
The group consists of 5 members. Firstly, Kwandwe, which is represented by Angus, and then Mike Murray of Murray Ranches. Then we've got Buffalo Kloof, represented by Warren Rippon. Then Oos-Kaap, represented by Warwick Barnard. Now these guys have spent time over the last 4 or 5 years to buy the best when it comes to genetics, and they all farm in the Eastern Cape, and it's wonderful to have an auction in an area with members from specifically that area, because that's the local flavor and that's what we'd like to promote. And I think what these guys have done for the game industry in the Eastern Cape is amazing. They are the pioneers of the game industry in this section of the world, and they've bought the best over the years. They've spent a tremendous amount of money investing in proper game, and I'm sure today will be a reflection of what they've invested over the past 5 years to where we are now, and now they're selling the offspring of these quality animals. And it's something which any potential buyer I can assure you'll buy time, not only animals. Because if you buy from this auction, you actually put yourself 5 years ahead in time, in breeding time, if I can call it that. So it's a place to buy, and it's a buyer's market.
Well, Louis, we've touched on the members now. Now what everyone is here for, tell us more about the animals today.
There's 86 lots on auction today. I think what's nice about this sale, and the members felt very strong that they have to put something on auction for every buyer on the floor. And the 86 lots will be sold from anything between 3,000 Rand to millions of Rand. So honestly, I think any oak, if you are a newcomer into the game industry or you are an established game farmer, there'll be something for you to invest in today. The good news is, whatever it is, even it might be cheaper, the lower end, the quality of those specific animals will be of superior genetics. So once again, you'll buy time in your breeding. And I think it's important that whenever you start, and certainly if I could have started over, it would have been a privilege to start with animals like we're putting on sale today. So the animals are widespread over the 86 lots. I think that will keep the auction vibrant for 86 lots. The auction time should be about 3.5 hours, and we are very excited.
Louis, thank you very much. And again, well done to you and Wildswinkel. You can see everyone is looking forward to the auction. It's looking fantastic, and we know it's going to be a great auction.
Thanks,
Thank you
Vic.
very much. With me now, we've got the man of the moment, Brandon Lear, the auctioneer of today's auction. Brandon, you're back home. You grew up here. Tell us about the game industry here in the Eastern Cape.
Victor, morning. It is great to be our call home. You hear it all the time on the auctions. I always relate to the Eastern Cape as being my home. The industry here, I think, is very exciting. The Signature auction is by far the biggest and highest profile auction that we have in the Eastern Cape at the moment, as opposed to the many that we have in Limpopo. So that says to you that there's still room for a lot of growth, I think, in the Eastern Cape. Traditionally, it's been one of our biggest hunting areas in South Africa. At one point, I think more trophies were exported out of the Eastern Cape than anywhere else in the country. So as I've always alluded to, is that the hunting eventually has to become our baseline, and so there's a very positive base about the industry in the Eastern Cape. So the auctions will grow here. There are a few more than there were a number of years ago. You know, more commercial sales, guys trying to you know, pitch their auctions on a more stud level, I think, ultimately. So certainly room for great growth here, and a lot of new faces here today. There's a lot of activity amongst the traditional sheep farmers and goat farmers down in the Eastern Cape and the Karoo, wanting to expand their farming enterprise and having a few sable, maybe a few buffalo, and breeding top quality, say kudu and yala, etc. So very excited about the future here in the Eastern Cape.
Piet, ek weet jy's 'n verkoper vandag. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van jou bokke wat jy opsit vandag vir die mense daar buite.
Ek sit een buffelkoei op, haar naam is Lisa. Sy's uit die ou Shambhala lyn, nog een van die Maasai dogters. Sy's nou net so oor die 7 jaar en sy het nou gegroei net so oor die 35 duim. Maar die groot ding van haar is sy gaan dragtig wees van Horison. Horison is ons topbil in die land, die langste bil in die land en ja, ek dink daar kan baie goed geteel word uit haar uit. En enige ou wat so 'n koei in haar trop het, sy staan uit. En ek dink ja, die hele aanbieding op die buffels vandag is baie goed van al die ander breeders ook. So renosters is absoluut uniek wat vandag aangebied word. So ek verwag dat dit baie goed gaan. Jy weet dat hierdie die Oos-Kaapse veiling bring altyd ietsie anders na die mark toe.
Right, so we move over then to lot number 8 here, and we move on to a section that is particularly close to my heart, and I think to a lot of hearts here in the Eastern Cape, are the Rhino, and with a wonderful announcement from the Minister just this week, which is now legalizing the trade of rhino horn internally in South Africa. It's a step in the right direction, we believe, and we certainly hope that's going to lift the value of rhinos to where they should be. And so here we have from Kwandwe now, folks, we have a white Rhino cow that says 3-in-1. She's actually a 4-in-1. She's got a calf at side. It's a bull calf at side already, who's around about 18 months to 2 years. She is more than likely back in calf. Angus is affording you the opportunity to let her calf down again here, making her a 3-in-1, and she can then become back in calf to make her a 4-in-1. Does that make sense to everybody? Right, there we have it. Don't forget the risk factor, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of your insurance, is all at the back of the catalog. And here we have her now. She's magnificent. She's just over 15 years of age, and her dam was Liz with a SCI of 78. Her horn length is 30. Unbelievable genetics here, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go now. What do we say? Get a start, gentlemen. Who'll be get there? What about 800,000 now? Who'll about 800,000? What is the 700? Number 7 will make it there. Bull calf, yeah. Bull calf. Right, and there we got again. You're the saam, number 7, and the number 7, number 5, number 4, 4, number 4, the number 425, number 425, number 425, and there we have there now. At 425, number 425, and they're going to 425, the number 425,000. I got to sell it now. And number side to get a 425, and there we have. Right, the side we got number 425, the number 450. I got a 475. I got a 475, the number 475, number 4 is going to 500,000 now. The better side to get a 5, number 5, number 5, the number 8, number 500,000 there. The better side to get a 5, and they're going to 5. There we have faith on it at 500,000 for the 4-in-1 now. I got a 500,000 there. I got a 525. I got a 525. The number 525. The better's trying to get a 525,000. And the better's trying to get a 550. The better's going to 5. Going to 600,000 now. The better's trying to get a 6, and there we have. Right, the side at 600,000. I got to sell the summer 6. Number 6. The number 600. I got a 25. I got a 650. I got a 650. There we have the number 650,000. The better's trying to get a 650,000 now. Right, the side we have the number 650,000 there. I have to make a number 650. Get a 675. The number 675. And then get a 675. There we have. The better's trying to get a 675,000. I got to sell the side. I got a 7 now. The better's trying to get a C107. There we have. Right, the side we have the number 700,000. Now the better's trying to get a C107. 700,000. I got to sell the sum. The better's got a 750. But a 750. The better's trying to get a 50 now. 750. But a 750. A top car here now at 750. But a 750. And the better's trying to get a sell the sum at 750. Get a 775. The number 775. Right, the side we have the number 775 now. And to make it there, I got a 775. The number 775. The number 775. I got to sell the sum. The better's trying to get a 800 now. After 825. 825. I think 825. There we have 850. 850. 900,000. Now the better's right there 9. And come on now at 900,000. Get a sell some. And you're going to know 9. There we go. The better's right here 900,000. Now the better's right here. And you're going to know. Get to lose it now at 4-1. At 51 million there. The better's right to get a 1 million. There we have. And there's still get a 1 million. There we have 1 million. Number 1 million. Get a 1 million. There we have 1 million now. Right the side we got and going to sell some 1 million. Get to sell some. The better's right here at 1 million. We got and going, folks, all through. 1 is what we got. A 4-in-1 we got. There's my bid. 1,050,000. 1.1 we have. The better's trying to get a 1.1, and there we have the now. Get a sell so 1.1, and there we go. And they sell the sum. The better's trying to get a 1.1. Going to make a sum. To sell the sum. The better's over here. 1.1 we have. Any advance all through. Are we done? All out. Bang, and a big hand there. Thank you very much indeed. 1 million.
With me now I've got Warwick Barnard from Woody Cape Life. Warwick, tell me more about Woody Cape and what does it offer today?
Well, Woody Cape Wildlife was established probably about 5 years ago now, and our aim is to breed top quality buffalo of the best possible standard in the country. And we've managed to acquire top genetics from all the top bloodlines from around the country, and we've combined them and put them with quality bulls that we believe are going to sort of be the next era of buffalo for the industry. Today we've got some very exciting lots up on auction, predominantly buffalo, again top quality animals that will really add value to anybody's herd. So it's an exciting day. I hope it all goes well, and I'm sure it will.
Saam met my nou het ons vir Jacques Malan van Loemerie en van Stad Game Breeders. Jacques, lekker in die Oos-Kaap, gisterand bietjie gereën, is julle opgewonde oor die dag?
Victor, ja, ons is baie opgewonde oor die dag. Dis lekker om in die Oos-Kaap te wees en is lekker om te sien hoe sterk die wildbedryf ook hier in die Oos-Kaap staan en ook ontwikkel.
Wel Jacques, ons het gister bietjie op die plaas rondgery en ek moet nou eers 'n kompliment gee en ons het 'n paar saddleback rooibokke gesien en iemand het my gesê daai moet Jacques Malan se lyn wees. Vertel my 'n bietjie van, het hulle al baie gekoop van bo af en hoe is die verhouding tussen die ouens hier in die Oos-Kaap en daarbo van Cinemark Stad Game Breeders?
Ja, ons is baie beïndruk met ons saddleback rooibokke. Hulle het by ons die prachtram Texas gekoop wat 'n beproefde teelram was. En hulle het groot sukses met hom gekry en onmiddellik het hulle saddlebacks wat hulle teele deurgebreek. Hulle is baie gelukkig daaroor en dit is maar net weer eens 'n bewys van dit betaal om die regte genetika te kry wanneer dit beskikbaar is. En dit is ook vandag hier met die veiling is dit ook goeie genetika wat die kopers hier na toe lok.
Wel, saam met my nou het ons vir Jacques van die Creek Wildlife Group. Jacques, almal het gisterand ingekom, het julle 'n lekker aand gehad gisterand?
Ja, lieflike aan, hè. Wonderlik om altyd so saam met die wildboere te kuier. Goeie gemeenskap.
Sê vir my Jacques, kom ons gesels bietjie oor julle veiling. Julle veiling is oor 2 weke. Wat kan die mense verwag en hoe ver is julle met julle reëlings?
Ons vorder baie goed. Ek dink die mark raak baie volwasse en ek dink hulle het ons gewys dat goeie genetika van jou gewone wild baie in aanvraag is op die oomblik. Goeie ruin, goeie seibel, goeie buffels en dan goeie springbok, gemsbok, kudu, daai tipe diere. Baie goeie diere, ja.
Sê gou vir my Jacques, vir die leuke daar buite. Die ouens wat wil diere skuif, sien nou maar hier van die Oos-Kaap af of van die Noord-Kaap af, sien nou maar Bosveld se kant toe. Is dit moontlik? Is dit moeilik? Hoe sien julle dit?
Ons het geen aanpassingsprobleme nog ooit ervaar nie. Ons steel al 26 jaar met brown seibel buffels. Hulle pas baie maklik aan. Ja, so daar's sekere goedjies wat jy in ag moet neem, die tipe byvoerings wat jy gee as jy hulle moet skuif en die tyd van die jaar wat jy moet skuif. Maar oor die algemeen is die aanpasbaarheid ongelooflik goed van die Noord-Kaap af na enige plek in die land.
Laastens, sê vir my vandag, is daar enigiets in jou oog, een van die lotte wat vir jou uitstaan vandag?
Ja, hulle het sonder om te veel weg te gee, het hulle besonderse buffels en besonderse njala. So ons kyk altyd na diere wat ons kuddes kan aanvul en verbeter en ons kyk definitief na 'n paar buffels en njala lotte wat baie goed lyk.
Jacques, baie dankie en ons sien uit na vandag se veiling en ons sien baie uit na julle veiling oor 2 weke ook. Geniet dit baie, hoor.
Dit maak my simpel. En ek kyk wat jy in jou oë het, maak my mal.
Saam met my nou het ons vir Piet Oosthuizen van die De Beers groep en van Extreme Wildlife Group. Piet, julle ouens het gister deurgekom. Hoe geniet jy die Oos-Kaap sover?
Man, is baie mooi. Ek is bly die ouens het gisterand so 'n bietjie reën gehad. Wêreld lyk maar swaar en so, maar ek is baie opgewonde oor vandag se veiling. Ek dink dis 'n klompie baie mooi diere wat die ouens beskikbaar stel en hopelik gaan hulle baie goeie veiling hê.
Nou Piet, ek weet jy is groot in jou buffelteelery en ek weet jy's op soek na 'n buffelbil. Wat dink jy is daar 'n bil wat jy hier vandag jou oog op het op die oomblik?
Man, hier's 'n paar goeie bulle, maar ons sal maar 'n bietjie later kyk hoe die dinge loop. Maar ons is opgewonde oor so 1 of 2 van die goedjies.
Soos altyd hou Piet sy kaarte styf teen sy bors. Piet, vertel my 'n bietjie, ek het een van die ander teelers ook gevra. Mense wat bo in die noorde sien maar wil bokke koop en wat moet skuif sien maar hier van die Oos-Kaap of die Noord-Kaap af. Is dit met gemak wat hulle dit kan doen?
Ek dink dit gaan maar afhang van die area waar die diere kom. As hulle intensief geteel en gaan jy hulle in 'n oop stelsel sit, dan moet jy baie mooi kyk. Andersins as dit van 'n intensiewe stelsel na 'n intensiewe stelsel gaan, dink ek nie daar's enige probleme nie.
That's right, we're into it. Lot number 2, here he is. He's a hard boss buffalo bull. He is green 3, he's 8 years of age and he's not a guy that you want to meet around the corner. He's got an SC of 114 and 4/8 there. The Roland Ward here is 41. He's available right now. He's in the bomber, ready to go. And where do we start him now? Who'll make it a 50,000 there? I got a 50, now a 50, get a 50, now 60, get a 70, bit of 70. There we have 70 and 80, 80,000, now a 90, think it's going to get a 100, think it's a 110. I got a 110, get a 120, get a 120, but a 120, 120, but a 130, but a 130. Lee at 130, but a 130, 140, but a 140. There we have 140, get a 50. At 150, now to 150. There we have 150,000. I got a 160,000 there. I got to sell a sum at 160,000 now. I got to sell a sum. The bid is right. They get a 160,000. I got to sell a sum. The bid is right. They get a 160. There we have. And to make a sum, to sell a sum at 160,000. We got him going. Going to make a sum. Hold through at 160 and 5. At 165. Number 165. 165. And then we have 165. 165,000 now. And the bid is right. They get a 65. 65. And they get a 165. To make a sum at 165,000. With 3. Going to make a sum. Hold through at 165. All out this time. And 70,000 now. And number is right to get a 170. There we have 170,000. And to make a sum, the bid is right to get a 170 with JP number 170,000. They're going to make a sum to sell the sum. It's right on back. We're going at a 170. All through. No advance. All done.
Weet jy is die man van staal. Gaan jy vir jou 'n skat gaan haal, hoor jy?
With me now we've got Angus Douglas from Kwandwe Game Reserve. Angus, tell us about this beautiful reserve that you've got here.
Yeah, Victor, thanks very much. We've been working here since 1999. We converted these old ostrich farms into what is now a 5-star luxury game reserve with the big 5. But we also are very fortunate to have some of the top buffalo genetics in the country, and what's also good about our buffalo is they know what a lion looks like, so they're all pretty hardy, felt adapted animals. But yeah, we've been running now for 18 years, so it's been a fantastic achievement. We employ over 200 people in our ecotourism business, so we believe it's a sustainable model for the future.
And tell me about the game industry in the Eastern Cape, where we are now.
Yeah, the game industry in the Eastern Cape, I think one thing about it's always at its feet on the ground. We fully understand that the end user really determines the market and the value of the animals. It's harsh country. You know, I always laugh at you guys from Limpopo because when you step out of the plane, you look around and say, geez, like guys, what's going on here? But yeah, I think it's hard country, but it's sweet country, and we've proved that we can grow big animals here.
Well, I went through the catalogue, and the one thing that stood out for me was the charity lot. First, tell me about the Ubunye Foundation that the charity lot goes for.
Yeah, the Ubunye Foundation we always describe as the soul of our business. You know, it's run by a group of women that do incredible work. You know, primarily in the old Ciskei, so on the eastern side of the Great Fish River, and they focus mainly on positive health and responsible health. Education, and then some economic activity, and we work now in about 15 villages since last I looked. The foundation was started mainly on the reserve, where we run our own school, a preschool, and we've since constructed a primary school. So our corporate social responsibility runs deep, and it is a sort of a major reason for the investment in the area. So the Ubunye Foundation, you know, as I said earlier, really is at the center of everything we do. But I'm not involved in the day-to-day running, and I must really, all the praise goes to the ladies who run the foundation for us. The contribution that they make to people's lives, they make sure it's sustainable. It's not a question of just going into a community and giving out funding and saying and turning around and leaving. When we go into a community, we look at sustainable projects that we can create for the benefit of people that will run forever, and that the people will take ownership of those projects.
Now, let's talk about the lot itself. This is probably a first in South Africa. Tell us more about buying into a whitetail project in the USA.
Yeah, it's a novel idea. It actually came from the owner, Dino Schwest. You know, they run probably one of the top whitetail deer breeding projects in Texas in the US. They've got some fantastic genetics over there, so it's an opportunity for South Africans to buy into some of those genetics. I mean, if you look at the catalogue and you see all those warrankies sticking out like that, I mean, they are quite phenomenal animals to see, and the industry is so much more advanced. I mean, if your viewers could imagine a 500 lot auction with just one single species.
Wow.
So, you know, you have 500 lots of white-tailed deer, and to me, they all look magnificent.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity for the South African game rancher to make a contribution to the Bonnier Foundation, first and foremost, and then obviously, secondly, have an investment over there, and know that they've got the best genetics in the States that's available, you know. So when I say it's so much more advanced, you can, you know, you've got to, they use artificial insemination, so you really, you know, right on the cutting edge of the technology in their industry.
Let's go to the main auction now. Now there's a lot of talk about the buffalo. Everyone is very excited, and the rhino, of course.
Yeah.
So anything that stands out for you today in the catalogue?
Well, I think the thing that stands out for me the most is that I just have to take my hat off to the sellers. You know, I think all of us, you know, your second auction's a tough auction. Let's make no mistake. So the guys have really gone into the herds, and you know, I know people say it every weekend. They've selected their best, you know. But I mean, if I go and I look at our herd now, I know that the females that we've taken out, it's bruised our herd, you know. But Piet du Toit is a famous saying, you know. He says if you don't cry when you sell something, you're not selling the right thing, and that's so true. But I must say the sellers have really gone in deep. I think the genetics that we put on auction are considerably better than last year. I think they will be the highlights of the auction today. There's been a reasonable amount of interest in them, and we'll see what the prices are. You know, this no reserve stuff is not for sissies, but it's I think as I say, the females and the males to an extent, but certainly the cows that are on today are for me the highlight.
Angus, thank you very much. I was privileged enough to drive through this farm. It's a beautiful farm. The people is loving it. The function was great last night, and I think it's going to be a great auction.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks. Laaste maar nie die minste nie. Is lekker om vir Wian van der Linde saam met ons te hê. Een van amper die stigterlede van die wildbedryf hier in Suid-Afrika. Wian, eerste ding, ek het met 'n paar van die verkopers gepraat vandag, en baie van hulle praat oor die jagbedryf hier in die Oos-Kaap. Is amper die hart van die wildbedryf. Vertel ons 'n bietjie meer van die jagbedryf hier onder in die Oos-Kaap.
Victor, ja, eerste dankie vir die geleentheid. Dit is altyd lekker om te praat oor dit waarvan ons hou en dit wat ons doen. Maar ek dink dit is baie belangrik, die jagbedryf. Die jagbedryf is een van die maniere om die diere wat ons steel, die getalle weg te vat en dit teen 'n premie te doen. En ek dink die settlers van die Oos-Kaap het dit lankal besef dit is baie belangrik. Hulle bemark al lank in die verskillende lande oor see. En ek dink dit is ongelooflik belangrik. Jy weet, ons kan nie net silo's volmaak nie. Om betrokke wees vir die graan wegry. En dis deel wat trofeejag en selfs ons Suid-Afrikaanse jagters doen. Hulle vat van ons diere weg en ons skep weer die spasie om verder te teel en verder die genetika te verbeter en te doen wat ons doen.
Wel, daar's baie praat van oorseese beleggers. Nou in hierdie groep is ons bevoorreg. Hier's twee van die groepe of van die lede wat besit word deur die oorseese eienaars. Is dit hierdie 'n goeie geleentheid vir oorseese mense om te belê in die wildbedryf?
Ek dink definitief. Ek dink ons moet nie vergeet dat Suid-Afrika en Afrika is 'n romantiese destinasie nie. En ek dink vir enige oorseese belegger of besigheidsman met bietjie ekstra geld wat hy kan besluit waar hy dit wil belê, is hierdie 'n ongelooflike opsie. Ons moet ook gaan kyk en wonder hoekom is dit so suksesvol in die Oos-Kaap. Die Oos-Kaap is nog baie ongerep en die mense het 'n gevoel van Afrika. En ek dink dis hoekom hier so baie oorseese mense hier belê. Dit is ook 'n meer Engelse gemeenskap. Port Elizabeth is baie naby met sy lughawe. En ek dink daar's baie voordele en ek dink dis hoekom dit so suksesvol is. Maar ons moenie 'n fout maak nie. Die appresiasie in grondwaarde is klaar outomatiese groei wat die belegger kry en dan kom dit wat hy bo op die grond nog by en ek dink dit dra by tot die besluit wat hulle maak.
Wel, Wian, hier's vandag fantastiese renosters te koop. Daar het in die week 'n nuwe wetgewing uitgekom oor die handel van horings, van renosterhorings. Kan jy ons bietjie meer inligting gee oor daai nuwe wetgewing en wat dit presies sê?
Ek dink dit is ongelooflik positief. Nie net die hofsaak wat gewen is deur Johan Creer en John Hume om te sê die binnelandse handel is wettig nie, maar ook hoe die regering na dit kyk en hoe hulle self reg kry om dit wettig te maak en ook traceable te maak dat ons verantwoordelikheid kan aanvaar vir die handel wat ons gaan doen. En ek hoop regtig dat vandag, want hierdie is van die beste renoster genetika in die wêreld, dat die pryse ook dit gaan weerspieël en dat ons kan sien daar's klaar positiewe neiging, want glo my renosters gaan ewe skielik het hulle weer waarde. En ek dink ons moet die kans gebruik en renosters gaan 'n beleggingsgeleentheid raak wat ons nie kan miskyk nie.
Well, like you can see, there's a lot of smiles around. Louis, you must be very happy. The sellers must be very happy. What a fantastic day.
I think this has just proven that the Eastern Cape is here to stay and the wildlife industry in the Eastern Cape is here to stay. So to say we are happy is actually an understatement. We are over the moon. And I honestly want to thank all our buyers here today. I want to thank the sellers for the confidence they've shown in our industry. And I'm sure that we can build on this foundation for many years to come.
What's next for Wildswinkel? What's the next auction?
Next auction is in 3 weeks' time. We do the Creek Wildlife Auction, so we're very excited about that in the Northern Cape, close to Kimberley. But for now, I think we should just suck in what we've achieved here today. I think this proves that the game industry is strong. We've had a lot of wind from the front in the last 2-3 weeks with the economy and with all the bad news in our country. And this honestly feels great to achieve this amidst all the bad news within our country, and we are so excited for all the sellers and all the buyers, and it just shows you that good genetics will always sell and you'll always achieve good prices for such genetics.
Thank you very much, Louis, and again, congratulations to you, Wildswinkel and Signature Wildlife. Fantastic day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vic.